I want to just show you here how flights work on the flat Earth. Antarctica is the center of the universe, okay? Now, inside this small circle here, which is the Antarctic Circle, there is low, very low air pressure. Very low air pressure inside Antarctica, okay? This red line, the red circle, excuse me, is the equator, the intertropical convergence zone, okay? This area inside and around, well, you can see the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. I highlighted them in yellow because that's where the sun goes, okay? This area from about a bit above the Tropic of Cancer down till you approach the Antarctic Circle is a very, very, very high pressure area, okay? This is where the dome is its highest, is at the equator. The dome of the Earth is its highest, and the zenith is at Antarctica, but the air is its thinnest there because, as I said, the Earth is a monopole and there's a dipole effect because Antarctica is covered in ice. But going back to flying at the North Pole, okay? Nobody flies over the North Pole. They fly around the North Pole. Flying here equals decreased body pressure. Okay? Decreased body pressure but high radiation exposure because you're near the edge of the dome. The sky comes down. It's like gliding on smooth glass, and speed greatly is increased due to thinner atmosphere near the edge of the dome. Think of this as a Indy 500 raceway. Anybody above this blue line is speeding around in greater distances than they would here. Though these points are closer, the southern tip of Africa to the southern tip of South America, you can cover a greater distance in a shorter period of time at the North Pole. But many of the planes are not equipped, especially commercial airliners, to fly at the North Pole. And they also don't want you to see what's there, okay? These are your great circle routes at the North Pole. This is why everyone thinks that they're flying over the North Pole. You're not flying over the North Pole. If you go from Russia and people think, oh, well, it's an easy shot right over the North Pole to America. Yeah, because you're going around in a greater speed than you would here. The Earth is not spinning. The ether, the air is spinning. The sky is moving. Think of it as angular momentum, taking the plane around. It is very smooth. Anybody who's flown in your quote-unquote North Pole will tell you it's smooth as glass. Okay? And the jet stream is about over here, where the blue line is. And it varies. Now, there can be pockets of low pressure, but very small. Not enough to make a difference in here. That is why there are those who can't understand why southern flights are so much longer than northern flights. Low pressure. Low pressure. Inside here is relatively high pressure. Thinner the air equals less drag on a plane, but it also means less oxygen for burning. But that's offset because of the speed the jet moves. The more air it can ram into its engine, making up for that loss. Being above surface weather also certainly makes for a smoother flight. But as I said, flying over here, you're going to be greatly exposed to radiation as a passenger of a polar flight. They're not telling you this. They do tell you this if you look it up, but they really don't care about your health. It's all about economics. This is where you're flying. There is no over the North Pole because there is no North Pole. The North Pole is the great circle that surrounds the flat Earth. Antarctica is the center. Why do you think that, and this is a fact, brothers and sisters, Antarctica is causing a depression. Antarctica is pressing down. Now, if there was a North Pole, then why isn't the ice in the Arctic that they tell you there, why isn't it pressing down and causing a depression into the Earth? Because there is no North Pole. Wake up. Wake up. Antarctica is the center of the universe, the center of the flat Earth. flight speeds are greatly increased beyond the Arctic Circle. Where the blue ends here is where there is nothing, it's not known what is beyond here. Some say Crocker Land is beyond here, Brady Land, Hyperborea. It's where all this stories of the hollow earth came from. There is no hollow earth, there's just the outer earth that some have claimed to see. Okay, so this is why, once again, why flights inside here take so long, because the air pressure is so great. A bit above and a bit below the equator, where the sun travels. The only areas on the earth with very, very low pressure are inside the Antarctic Circle and outside the Arctic Circle, which surrounds the earth. These are where your North Pole flights are going. You take off from Russia and you zoom around to the US. And this is what's giving the people the impression that they're going over the earth. You're not going over the earth. You're going around it. Peace and blessings for now.